This is how to find the surface area and volume of a pyramid and frustum that are square based.
So let's say you're about to climb a pyramid in Egypt when a tour guide stops you and tells you can only climb it if you figure out its surface area and volume. He gives you the dimensions, but how do you do it?
For surface area, all we need to do is break down the shape. There's one square with the side length of 24 meters and 4 triangles with the base of 24 meters and an unknown height. To figure out the height of the triangles, we must create a triangle inside the pyramid and have the length that we don't know as the hypotenuse. That way, we can use the Pythagorean theorem to figure it out. "12 squared plus 16 squared equals 144 plus 256. 256 plus 144 is 400. Square root of 400 is 20. So, the lateral length or the height of the triangle is 20 meters. And now you can use that to figure out the surface area of all 4 triangles. Now we make the formula. L squared plus 4 times base times height divided by 2 is the surface area. Remember, the 2 and the 4 cancel out, so in the end it's just 2 times base times height.
24 squared plus 2 times 20 times 24 is the surface area. This means the surface area is 1,536 meters squared.
Now, for the volume. We must remember that a pyramid takes 1/3 of the volume of a prism with the same base and height.
What we have to do is plug in the dimensions into the formula of 1/3 times length times width times height.
1/3 times 24 times 24 times 16 is 3,072 meters cubed.
You're about to climb another pyramid, but you notice that its tip is chopped off. Instead of a pyramid, it's a frustum. But the tour guide still tells you have to figure it out, its surface area and volume, so you can climb it. These are the dimensions. How do you do it?
To find the surface area of the frustum, we need to use the same basic concepts we use with the pyramid. And that's just to break down the shape. There's one square at the bottom with a side length of 24 meters, a smaller square on the top with a side length of 6 meters, and 4 trapezoids, each 24 by 16 meters. One shape you might not know how to figure out its surface area is the trapezoid. If you make a triangle at the end, chop it off and put it on the other end, it makes a rectangle with the dimensions of 16 meters and 24 meters. And figuring out the area of a rectangle is a lot easier. So this is how you do it.
6 squared plus 24 squared plus 16 times 24 times 4 equals 2,148 meters squared. This is the surface area.
Volume can be pretty difficult to figure out for a frustum, but the basic idea is to figure out the height of the pyramid before its tip got chopped off and calculate volume based off of that height. Then subtract the volume of the pyramid-shaped piece that got chopped off the top to get the volume of the frustum. This can be done in 5 steps. Step 1. Figure out the similar triangle ratio for the lateral side. Pythagoras it out for its actual height, then subtract the height of the frustum from the pyramid height that we figured out to get the height of the tiny pyramid on top, then find the volume of the big pyramid and the small pyramid, and then subtract the volumes. Our first step is to take the trapezoid face and extend it into a triangle. Using the concept of similar triangles, we can figure out the lateral length. So first we need to create two tiny triangles on either side to figure out the dimensions. Knowing the top side of the trapezoid is 6 meters and the bottom is 24, we subtract 6 from 24 to get 18. Then we divide 18 by 2 to get 9. So the adjacent side is 9 meters and the height we already know is 16 meters. Now, we figure out the dimensions of the larger black triangle. The adjacent side is 12 meters long because it is halfway through the triangle with a base of 24 meters. We don't know the opposite side, otherwise known as the height of the triangle, so we'll label that x. This is where we use the concept of similar triangles. Remember, they are triangles with all of the same angles, so that makes them proportional. So 16 over 9 equals x over 12. Multiply both sides with 12 to get 21 1/3 as the value of x. That is our lateral height. We know our lateral height now, so we need to figure out its actual height, and we can do this by creating a triangle inside the pyramid and using the Pythagorean theorem. 21 1/3 squared minus 12 squared, all square rooted, is about 17.6. The hard part is now over. Just before we can calculate the volume, we need to find the height of the tiny tip that was chopped off. We can do this by subtracting 12 from 17.6, and we get 5.6. 12 is the height of the frustum according to the tour guide, by the way. Alright, now we can calculate the volume of the frustum. Remember, the formula for the volume of a pyramid is 1/3 times length times width times height. So all we need to do is plug in the dimensions we figured out. 1/3 of 24 squared times 17.6 minus 1/3 times 6 squared times 5.6 turns out to be 3,312 meters cubed. That's the volume.
So that's how you find the surface area and volume of a frustum in a pyramid. Thank you for watching.